Hi everyone, this is Michelle. I hope you all have had a restful weekend. The strategy I will be demonstrating for y'all today is philosophical chairs. So I went with Ghost Boys, which is the book that I did for the literature circle. Hypothetically, we would be discussing the whole book with a focus on the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement, and I'll go through that in a bit. The TEKS that I did was for ninth grade English 1. The students would be able to analyze the author's purpose, audience, and message within the text, and also analyze how the author's diction, word choice, sentence structure contributes to the mood, voice, and overall tone of the text that we're reading. I guess I will just go over what the rationale is for me. You can read it here, but I'm really passionate about having the students know that they have a stake in the classroom and in their own learning. So it's really important to me that students are given opportunities in which they can exercise expressing their own opinions. Our role as an educator requires us to be understanding, compassionate, um, objective, and open to things, amongst a lot of other qualities. But these specific qualities, I think, are what I want to encourage my future students to practice. And to me, Philosophical Chairs does exactly that. It allows students to not only learn how to speak in a respectful and organized dialogue, but it also teaches them how to listen to each other, how to listen with an open mind and intently. Um, it is structured in a low stakes manner, and when I say that, I think back to my own experience with philosophical chairs in high school, and I was pretty shy back then. I was always scared to speak up in class for some reason, but I loved philosophical chair days because it allowed me to voice my opinions, what I had to say, and not feel so anxious about it because everyone was doing it that day. If that makes sense coming from a fellow introvert. So it has low stakes, so students' voices are heard and they're also validated by their classmates. In addition, it also allows students to practice critical thinking skills, and that's useful not only in the classroom, but also when they go on into college or in life as an adult. Um, a similar method that I found can be read in Burke's chapter 6 that we just read recently. He discusses Socratic seminars, which is kind of the same thing, but it's different. It's not necessarily a debate format like the philosophical chairs is, but it's still a really good resource to compare to. The basic gist of philosophical chairs, though, I guess I should describe it right. Um, Students are read off certain statements, and I'll go through examples later on in this, but they read a statement and for a moment they reflect on it and they either agree, they say yes or no, or they're undecided about it. Um, they'll reflect over their answers for a second, and then once they break off into philosophical chairs, the students who answer yes, no, undecided, they go to the designated areas in the classroom. Um, in the past, I had teachers who didn't allow an undecided stance, but I think that's totally up to the teacher what you choose to do. For the students, though, once they decide those things and they're in like the lines where they need to be, that's when the real discussion and debate happens. Students will have to follow a certain structure with what they're saying, and I'll go over that again in a bit. But they have to, if they're responding to someone, they have to restate what the person said before them, and then state whatever they have to say with their evidence and everything, and just go back and forth. And it's a really good way for students to see, one, formulate their thoughts in an organized manner, and also be open to other perspectives and what their classmates are saying. And at any point, if someone says something and it changes your mind, you can get up and go to the other side. So if I'm on the yes and someone makes a really good point on the opposing side and it switches my opinion, I can get up in the middle, say nothing, just walk over there. And usually students will speak up and say why they changed. Um, let's see. I also provided y'all links to articles and a video, YouTube video of a teacher doing it in her own classroom, just for your